Hi, welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, July 21st of 2025. I'm Gio Benacourt, and this is a recording done by Vantage Markets right about 45 minutes prior to the USA session opens. Well, let's get with it. We can have a very active week. Stocks face a trade reckoning. So is it the moment when the rubber meets the road for President Trump's impact on corporate America? The second quarter earnings seasons will rev up over the next few days. And then obviously Trump unveiled his across the board tariffs at the start of the quarter, and the stock market swiftly tanked. He walked them back, though certainly not completely, and markets have steadily recovered. That was close to a record. The Nasdaq finished once and again at all-time highs, and the S&P posted another record high on Thursday. So we know now how investors are coping with the new tariff regime so far as the critical August 1st deadline approaches. This week we'll learn a lot more about how companies are responding as more than 100 names in the S&P 500 presents results. So we should see some of movement on the S&P. Obviously, now big technology, the driver of the market gains in 2024. We'll get insights from Google, parent Alphabet, and electric vehicle maker Tesla on Wednesday. So in theory, big tech should still be okay as services aren't subject to tariffs. Yeah, Google stock is more or less flat on the year, and its search business may be getting hurt by the growth strength of artificial intelligence, which is replacing traditional search. Tesla is down almost 20%, weakened by CEO Elon Musk's foray into politics and the loss of green subsidies. So tomorrow, soft drink maker Coca-Cola and car giant General Motors will lift the lid on the financial health of the consumer. And our worries about inflation returning, Trump's tariffs are designed to protect the domestic car industry. So those GM expect to increase profits faster. Well, with any luck, two other key issues for markets will be on the back burner. Trump seems resigned to keeping Federal Reserve Jerome Powell in his post for now. And while more trade deals are yet to be announced, the European Union and India seem most likely. Markets can be more certain that tariffs will be even higher in the third quarter than in the second. So let's see how that will lead into our market fluctuation for today. So in front of us we have the daily candlestick chart. And in this daily candlestick chart, we saw how on Friday we actually did a move to the upside above 23,300, right? And today we are basically within that range. We are outside of the body, but however, we did open with a tight gap up in this particular time frame, as you may see. So the direction or the impulse of obviously could bring us to perhaps make it a new all-time high, and our side is at the borderline of being entering overbought, but doesn't mean the market won't continue to move higher. So obviously the companies coming in out today to post their earnings will obviously bring some volatility to the market. So let's use Friday's swing trading range actually, so we can use that low. As far as the high goes, we could use 23,320, which is basically the high of Friday. So in technical analysis, there's also a premise that goes that we can come into look at the trajectory of the week depending on how we close today. So in taking into effect what happened on Friday. So on Friday we closed in the red, right? And if today we close in the red, then that will indicate also that the probabilities are that we'll have a downtrend and entering, right, for the week. But obviously we have to wait until see what will happen the other day. So far, if we were to close today, we'll be cutting the green, so that will cancel out that scenario. But let's see if that will be the case for today. will we close in the green or in the red. So 23,400 is the, as I see it. If I usually companies start posting positive results, earnings, that'll bring up the asset somewhat. But obviously, keep in mind that profit taking will be in place, and also will the investor say, okay, well, is that's getting but because of tariffs, that will place some burden on the companies, on the buyers, which at the end they really are the ones who are going to be paying out that tariffs. So will that cause obviously a future decline on the stock of the value of the stock? Well, that could happen. So let's see what happens today. All right, we do have a pretty good scenario during the London session to move higher. So let's see. So the consensus for today is going long. Let's take a look at the S&P. So, and as we look at the S&P, we're seeing that we're going to be doing that right there. The range, I'm going to bring down to 63.70. I'm going to leave the same level. I'm going to bring down I'm just going to use round values, psychological values, so that we have it as a range for today. Also, we have a bigger body, so we could call this an engulfing candle, but it's not really engulfing because it's not, the bodies didn't. So, but we are moving along. Our size further away than the Nasdaq, entering overbought territory. Then we have the Dow. So the Dow did close below our level of support. So I'm going to use the 20, the moving average. Actually, no, I'm going to use that swing low for a possible level of support, and then 44,300-ish. But I one, that's what I gave you, but that's what I'm going to use. 44,300 Friday swing high, and then 45,000 psychological 45,000 resistance levels. So let's see. We still have today's swing. I don't know, market action to look at. Crude oil. Well, let's see what will happen with Russia's rhetoric about, will they finally come to peace? Will they not care about Trump's 50-day deadline? But from now, I'm looking at crude oil to actually continue its pullback, so $65 before it bounces up again to the upside of selling crude oil. Then we have, Nat Gas open with a wide gap down. Okay, that's a pretty wide gap down. Hasn't been closed. So initially, we could come and speculate that they'll come close it, but that may not be the case. So as far as support goes, 330. 325. Resistance, that 50-day moving average is right in front of us, so let's use that. And then 350. Okay. So looking for sell, going with the direction of the gap. Well, okay, what gold is just making a parabolic movement to the upside. So something also happened. 3,400 is right around the corner. That should jump at us. 3,410. Moving average, 20-day moving average, that'll, and the 50. Even though they're quite apart, let's just use that. Okay. Then we have, so going along with the movement to the upside, buying. All right, so we have silver also doing a breakout, parabolic movement. So 37.80, upper volume band resistance. So going long. Copper. Will copper make a nice rally to the upside again today? It didn't have such a strong fluctuation as silver and gold, but hey, that doesn't mean it's not gonna follow suit, or it's going to decline, retrace. 540. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. So the Genius Act was signed on Friday. We should have seen more movement, but obviously it's taking it easy so far. 120,000 changed the first level of resistance. Supports have been penetrated, so I'm gonna use the 20-day moving average and then 116,000 initially. So let's see if it will continue to move sideways, consolidation, and then do another leg up. Euro open with a tiny gap up. So 20 moving average, 117.5, lower Bollinger Band. 50-day moving average has my level of support. So going long, that index must be getting plummeted. All right, so then we have the pound 134. It was rejected, so let's just leave that as is. The same levels that we have. Looking to go long, and the dollar index is declining. So let's see if it continues. It did open gap down. It was closed. So that was the end of the momentum to the upside, and now it's trending lower. Let's see if 97.60 was rejected and it'll find some bid here. But if it does continue to slide, we'll see an increment push to the upside on metals and currencies. That's it for me today. Have a great trading day. I'll see you tomorrow.